Well, Charmaine said, skip the marriage. I just want a baby. Don and Ashley are doing the opposite and taking things very slowly. We've got news and gossip and so much more. It's all coming up on the Black Ink Crew Chicago Review.
You're tuned in to AfterBuzz TV, the ESPN of TV talk. Now, let the buzz begin.
Chi-town, Chi-town, Chi-town.
You know what?
Chi-town.
It feels weird right now.
It's just annoying. But I was like, we'll talk about this in news a little bit, but they were all at the VMAs, and I'm like, you know what? I'm going to claim this for Phor one day. We'll be like, at the VMAs, like, yes.
I want to see that.
Right?
I'm here for it.
Hey, guys, thank you for joining us tonight. We're a little short. It's just Drew and I tonight. Just us. I'm L.Marie, and we got Drew.
And you already know it's Drew Jones, and we miss you, Carmen and Nakia.
Yes. But we're holding it down tonight.
Yes.
So, what were your overall thoughts about this episode?
I will say, I mean, obviously it was kind of a filler episode, but I will say this episode, I've always been like, I really like Lily, and this episode kind of was exciting for me because I feel like it made everyone really like Lily. So I was here for it. It was a good one.
To see her like in a different light. Yeah, so we'll talk about that. Lily and, like I said, Charmaine and that baby. Don and Ashley getting things together. Plus our news and gossip. So we're going to hit on all of that. So I kind of want to start off with Charmaine and Neek because it opens up with Charmaine and Danielle at her job at WGCI at the radio station. And she brings Danny on for like no reason. She's saying like artists are slow to come by in the summer. So like, hey, just cousin.
Yeah, just
come be on my show.
Which, like, I mean, you and I have both worked in radio before. And, like, have you ever just randomly brought people in?
They may come by, but they're not getting on air.
No, that's not like, generally how it works.
Not going to happen.
But kudos to you for making it work.
Yeah.
You know?
But, yeah, so Neek pops up after being gone for, like, 6 months in Africa, right? He was somewhere in Africa. So it's pretty cool when you know, see someone that you haven't seen in a while. But then I was like, oh, Charmaine, are you back to your old ways? She's like, oh, I'm going to go do him in the bathroom. Like, oh, we're supposed to be moving past that.
No, don't do it.
We're moving past that. But skip ahead to them being at home. And she's like trying to put the moves on him. So at first I'm thinking like, oh, it's been a while. She's putting on something sexy to, you know what I mean? Get him in the mood and everything. And
girl,
she pops up talking about,
she got a mission. She is on a mission.
She wants to have a baby right now. What did you think about that?
First, I mean, does it surprise me? No. But when she was like, I'm 28, I was like, you need to calm down because I'm 26 and the babies are just not.
And your clock is not ticking yet.
No, you are fertile. You are fertile as can be. You need to calm down. But I mean, like, I don't know. I think she was just excited. Her man was home. He was looking cute.
Yeah.
So I'm hoping she chills out a little bit.
I know she went from one extreme to the other. I'm thinking she's like, she started off, I'm going to take things slow. You know, I was doing too much. And I was like, oh, okay, she's falling back. And then boom, you just went into another like crazy mode.
Good Lord.
Child. But like I said, Don and Ashley, go ahead and skip on to them. They're like the complete opposite right now.
Which I'm rooting for them, so
I am now as well.
Yeah, like don't get me wrong, Don is a whole man, and so I'm just like, I mean, in a different world, you know. I spaced out there for a minute thinking of what could be.
So it was like super soft, like
but no, I'm super happy for them. I'm glad she's making him work for it. I love that he's trying to like romance her, and the striptease had me dead. I didn't even. See, I know I'm not meant to be with anyone right now because my first reaction was to laugh. It wasn't like, and it looked dramatic. He looked like he fell hard.
The only reason I laughed because we'd already seen it before.
Yeah.
But like, had that been the first, like when I saw it for the first time, I was like, oh, I guess because I'm a little older, I'm being anxious about everything now. It's like, oh no, are you okay?
No, I'm just laughing
baby,
at
they
him.
said Inferno is coming through. I said, oh,
who that?
Put my fire out, honey.
Because apparently, young Dawn has done this before
in college.
Which I'm like, I was like,
oh, he was a phone home stripper.
I was like, what?
He was like
high school, middle school.
I've stripped in basements and living rooms.
Yeah.
Like, oh, you were one of
those strippers. Those strippers began weird.
Yeah.
Weird. I'm not gonna tell you how I know that, but goodness. But no, I was just like, okay, can we have a return? Like, can Inferno go on tour?
Right.
Also, I didn't know that there were fully nude male strip clubs.
I didn't either.
Well, they're in your hometown.
I'm actually going home this weekend, so I might go stop by the Red Diamond.
I know. When we saw the sign, I was like, Red Diamond. I'm going to remember that.
I'm going to look that up on Yelp.
Gonna check it out real quick.
See what it's about. Maybe Dawn will make another appearance. No disrespect, Ashley.
Yeah, no disrespect. I would never while she's there. Or while she's gone. No. Because obviously there's been some issues there before. We want them to work, is what we're saying. If there was a single clone of Dawn,
yeah,
that would be ideal.
Mm-hmm.
But there's not.
Yeah, but there's not. And you know what I was thinking about? Because Don, he's fine now, but he's athletic, so he's always been fine. And he was a little bit smaller too. So I just kind of I wonder what a slim Don was like.
Slim, thick Don?
Yeah.
Probably a hoe.
Super hoe. Because he's still, anyway. He's doing better. We won't talk bad about him. He's doing better.
We're proud of you.
Mm-hmm. He's doing big things. Real big things. I think. I don't know. Okay, let's move on. Is it warm in here?
It is a little hot in here.
Just a tad bit.
Thank you, Anthony. They normally got us in here freezing. I don't know.
Right? Like,
we're just thirsty or what's happening?
Warm right now. But I want to move on to Lily. Like we said, it's kind of a filler episode. So it's really not too much drama that went on this episode, but like you said, we got to see Lily in a different light, in a better light, in my opinion.
Yeah.
To see her being so concerned about everything that's happening still right now with these children being separated from their families, with the Border Patrol and so many people being deported and the children being born here so they don't have to be deported, and they're, separating them.
Yeah.
And she's Mexican and they're from Mexico. Like her dad was an immigrant. So she's very connected to this issue and she was very moved by it and wanted to help and do something. And I will say for me at first, I'm like, okay, so they're doing a tattoo-a-thon. They're raising money, like a food drive and a clothing drive. And at first I was thinking maybe they just need money. They don't probably need clothes. But then it's no, they're displaced. Yeah. So you don't, they just went out with the clothes on their back. So they need clothes. They need food, And not only that, the people at the border, but they were saying there's a family seeking asylum. Yeah. So that's another issue where you have these families that come and they have nothing and they can't get in, then they become stranded. So I was big ups to Lily for stepping up and showing the softer side of her, showing a mature side of her that she could reach out to an organization and get a fundraiser together. That was successful.
Yeah. Because my whole thing about Lily is I've never thought she was a bad person or anything like that. I think she's just very passionate. And I think because I come from a family of immigrants. So when you have a family who comes over here and has nothing and has to work really hard, I feel like it's very easy to get very passionate about life and very passionate about the things that you care about. And so I think a lot of times we see her flip out, but it's not because she's trying to be erratic or dramatic or whatever. It's because when these things mean so much to you and when you've known what it's like to have absolutely nothing, you're gonna feel some type of way about it. So I was glad to see that passion pushed into a positive direction. And I thought it was really sweet, and I was like, that's my girl.
And we got to see her tattoo as well. It's been a minute since we've seen Lily do a tattoo.
Yeah.
So that was pretty cool. And this artist, rap artist that she tattooed, like you were saying, his reason for getting his tattoo, the cactus.
Yes, it was so good. I was when he was explaining, I was I already know he's about to give us bars, and he did not disappoint. Because he was saying that the cactus, that they can be stranded and still have the ability to grow because they're not in rainforest, they're in the desert. And I was like, hell yeah.
That's deep. Yeah, he was no matter how hot it gets in the situation, you can still grow.
Preach.
Somebody needed to hear that.
That was a word.
Speaking of things we need to hear,
yes,
we've got some stuff for people.
Our network produces after shows for nearly all of your favorite TV shows. From drama, reality, sci-fi, and more, there's no network that works harder to serve television fans. But we need your help. We're asking that you please subscribe to one or more of our YouTube channels. By subscribing, YouTube will suggest content that's tailor-made for you, and you'll help AfterBuzz continue to grow. And if you're worried about those annoying notifications, don't even worry because they're optional. So hit that subscribe button now for this channel and check out all of our other AfterBuzz channels as well. Let us know you did so in the comments and we'll thank you on air. For now, thank you guys so much for being the best fans in the world and for helping us be the ESPN of TV talk.
And also, if you guys are checking us out on iTunes, make sure you guys give us those 5 stars, the 5-star rating. And thank you guys for listening to us on iTunes as well.
Yes, honey.
So let's get to Cobra. And you know what? Before we get to Cobra and Reese,
Yes.
I want to touch on Jen a little bit.
Okay. You know I love Jen. We all love Jen. But we both gave each other a look when she was like, you know, the way to keep Van loyal, he's like a dog, is to make sure he's fed.
Yeah.
And my question was he the issue with the loyalty?
I don't think he was the one that was disloyal, Jen.
I mean, I get it, girl. I'm all for trying to make up for, you know, what you've done. But...
Because when she first came in there, that's what I said. I was like, oh, look at this. She's bringing, and she keeps calling him Bae. When has Jen ever called Van Bae? He's always just been Van. Right. You know what I mean? So it's like, oh, I brought Bae lunch. Where's Bae? Is he here? Like, girl, you know you messed up. Yeah, you messed up big time. I think this was more than just a little bit of, you know, having Van out here looking kind of foolish. I think you definitely did something because you're going overboard to make it up. But still, then putting it, like you said, putting it on him. Like, for him to stay loyal, like.
Which, like, I mean, we know how reality TV goes, so maybe it was just, like, a play on, you know, words or whatever that, like, she probably was directed to say, but it did come off a little like,
yeah, like,
okay, sis. All right.
You're wrong. And where was Van? And that's how you know she was in the wrong because she didn't question where he was.
Yeah. She didn't. She was like, oh, where's Van?
Uh-huh. They basically didn't know.
They didn't.
So had it been him that was in the wrong, she would have tore the shop up. What is that? What have I like?
I mean, girl, we just saw you swan dive into the pool last week.
Your best life without me. You know?
It was so good.
But yeah, well, they're another one I'm rooting for. They'll work it out.
They will. I love them together. I think they're funny. I think they complement each other with like their passion. That's my word of the night. Passion.
With their passion.
I love them though.
Yeah. Speaking of passion, Cobra, she's pretty passionate about her work. And, you know, like you said, when people work hard for things and when they kind of start with nothing or come from nothing, they are very, very passionate about what they do. And that's a good thing to be and hold that pride in it. But just the situation with her and Reese, I feel like, so she found out Reese kind of stole some work, which is wrong, but I just felt like Cobra's way about going about it, like she should have pulled her to the side instead of waiting until it like built up and she popped off.
Yeah, this situation was a perfect example of having the ammunition and still like it backfiring. You not correctly loading it in the gun, because she could have easily nailed Reese in the coffin, but because she was jumping the gun, now it looks like it's not going to go that way. Because right now you just look bit, and like Cobra was 100% in the right. Yeah, in my opinion. I think they should have rescheduled the situation. Cobra has never given you a reason to doubt like that she's just flaky. You know, like she obviously something was up if she wasn't there because she's never done it before. Right. So for you to give it to Reese of all people was really weird to me. But it was kind of overshadowed because Cobra comes in guns a-blazing. And it was like, had you come in, chilled the hell out, it would have probably gone in your favor.
Probably so. Because, I just think she just, like I said, went about it the wrong way. And Reese admitting that she did do that, like she stole the work. I was surprised with that. I was just thinking that maybe if she did do that, she was going to deny it in some kind of way. And I was like, and that wasn't even the only picture. Like she was saying, like she would do it, like just take work because she didn't have much of her own yet and just take work and put it out there. Like that is false advertisement.
Yeah, which I did a little digging into the whole Reese situation, and and I'm not saying she did it intentionally because these people were people of color, but there were a few, like I read a whole Reddit stream, and don't bite my head off, Reese, if you're watching this, I'm just reading, what the Reddit said. It was some artist of color, and the problem with that is you I mean, I don't even think I have to break down what the problem with that is, but I'm sure artists handle things a lot like writers do. I'm a writer, you write. Like plagiarism is something that you don't mess with. It's like the worst thing you can do as an artist. So for you to like be so comfortable with plagiarizing and then just be like, oh, it was so long ago, when in reality it was only 4 years ago.
Yeah, that's not that long ago.
That's not that long ago. And you're just like, she kept talking about integrity, and I'm like, clearly you don't have any. Because that's just something I would never in a million years think to steal someone else's words.
Yeah.
Let alone their
and push them out as your own.
Yeah.
And take all the credit for it. Like that is just wrong. And the fact that you could do that and you did it more than once, that's a problem. Like you said, like I can't believe that you have good integrity if you did this more than one time.
Yeah. Once is poor judgment.
Yeah.
Twice or more is like, okay, now you're kind of malicious.
Yeah.
And it's just not cool. And like I haven't been a fan of Reese since the get-go, but this definitely, and I knew something was off about her, and this definitely kind of puts it in perspective for me. And if I, like, for Loyal Inc., I wouldn't want her on my team because what's the saying, you show me your friends, I'll show you your future type? Like, I don't want people to assume that I'm okay with that if you're on my team, you know?
Yeah. And like Charmaine was saying, even though I thought this was a little bit of a low blow, we don't have to keep bringing up these bullet holes.
Oh, good Lord.
But like Charmaine was saying, they already have kind of a bad reputation because of that incident, according to them. And now here comes something else that could make them look bad. And they're technically a new shop.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So you're trying to get started. Like Charmaine said, like that's going to tarnish their brand. Like you have an artist that steals work.
Yeah, which the whole bullet hole thing, real quick, I don't live in Chicago, so I don't really know what word on the street is about Black Ink or Loyal Ink, whatever. But it wasn't necessarily, that wouldn't be what would like make me question them. What would make me question them is if the dude who started it, Ryan, got up and left, and then you see Ryan still making these moves and them not making the same level moves, and that's no shade towards them. But I would question more so them about that rather than him putting bullet holes in the wall, allegedly.
Yeah, that is true.
But that's just me. I don't know. Because, like, I love both sides, and obviously I love Loyal Ink. I love 9mag. But, like, I don't think the bullet holes were your problem. I think
not at all.
I think your leader leaving was probably what people were questioning a little bit more.
And the fact that you guys don't really have it together.
No.
After he left. Like, you guys thought that you would.
Yeah.
It's still a little bit of a shit show.
I mean, we want it to be together.
True.
We don't want it to, like, we don't want it to be a shit show. We want it to get pulled together. But in this moment on the show, that's what it is right now.
Yeah. And then back to Reese and Cobra, just with the whole situation, the girl that was getting the tattoo, the client, for me, had that been me, I would have just like left, like told them like, I'm going to have to reach out to her later, to reschedule this, because after waiting an hour and no one has heard from you, I'm out.
Yeah.
And then for me, unless I've researched this artist, I can't, and especially if it's like a really nice piece, a really good piece that I want, I'm not just going to anybody.
Yeah. Like,
and especially like the what she showed her in the art, and then here goes Reese. I don't copy it. Girl. Okay. Girl. And like I was telling you, I'm like, but that was like a photo. That wasn't even a tattoo. You know what I mean? It was a picture. That wasn't even a tattoo. Like you're tattooing someone else's art. I can understand that. Like if you show someone else another tattoo, they'd be like, okay, I can't do the same exact tattoo. Let's tweak it a little bit. This was a picture. You can just copy the picture. It's okay.
Yeah. It was just a very weird situation. Also, the fact that like I would have just if I was working in the shop, I would have just been like, oh, this is my homegirl's client. I'll just reschedule it. Like that kind of fell on. I mean, I understand where Lily's coming from on the one hand of like wanting the client to not be angry, but on the other hand, and this is something she'll have to learn if she's gonna keep stepping in this manager position, is that client loyalty is so important.
Very
and so
important.
like you should have just told
It should have been a reschedule off the top.
You should have covered for Cobra. You should have been like, yo, so I think something's up. This is not normal for her. Can I, by any chance, like have her call you tomorrow?
Exactly.
Real simple.
And what would that have hurt? Like nothing.
Nothing.
Why? And you knew that they had like Cobra has an issue with Reese. So why would you even like risk it? And then I'm just like, I wonder if the girl still got the tattoo.
If I'm being honest, I feel like it was just an actor. I feel like that was just something to stir the pot by producers, and in which case, brilliant on your behalf.
Because I'm like, why is she still there? I would not. And then once it went down and Cobra and Reese are arguing, I'm like, neither one of you are going to tattoo me. One of you is doped up, you know, because Cobra had dental work done. So, like, no. And now you're the other one. Reese, you're irritated and annoyed. So, no.
And now I'm hearing all this crazy stuff about you.
True, that too.
So
goodbye. No, thank you.
Later.
Well, that was the most drama of this episode was Cobra and Reese. And it is going to spill over a little bit into next week. We won't get into predictions too much right now, but it is going to spill over a little bit, and the whole crew is going to kind of address her.
Yes.
With that. And speaking of the whole crew, I forgot Lily. She was upset about it. About Reese stealing.
Yeah.
And you could see, because she was definitely doing like the biting her lip thing, like, I'm trying not to go off on you.
Which I had a feeling Lily wouldn't like it, because Lily is very much a I started from the bottom, now I'm here type of person. And so, like, I knew she wouldn't be cool with that. And she also is the one who brought Reese in. So it's like, how are you going to make me look stupid?
You make her look crazy. And then she had to fight for her so much, too.
Yeah. That's not something you would disclose to me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Shady Reese. I don't want to see her next season. But anyway.
I know.
So we've got some news and gossip.
Yes.
So let's get into that.
Let's get into it. Shout out to Nakia. Who normally puts us together. So the VMAs were this week, and it was interesting if you're a Black Ink Crew fan. This first video is Charmaine's IG live story, and it's 9mag and Loyal Ink together. They're hanging out. You can take a look.
I was surprised.
Yeah, I was too.
About to hit the red carpet. We got the gang in the building.
You got
Yeah.
I got everything.
All right, good.
You're not high. That is, in fact, Ryan, right? With her, right next to her.
Ryan and Charmaine standing right next to each other.
Mind you, Ryan is chilling.
He's so chill.
And Charmaine is being Charmaine. So it's like...
Hey, Shiggy. All the celebrities in here.
Charmaine is so funny to me.
I love her.
But they looked great. There's also a video of Charmaine on the red carpet talking to Ryan.
Oh, wait, did it say?
Which is in these videos as well, I believe. Which
I was surprised about that, because at
this
first,
is
I was like, oh, he's totally ignoring her.
Kelsey, Ryan.
Hey, Kelsey, she ain't looking like the Grinch.
Look, first off, Kelsey didn't make fun of my motherfucking dress. Oh, they call me the Grinch. It's okay, because I'm
Red
sorry.
earrings and a lime green dress.
damn, they tried her. Which I think on this, like, Ryan is a professional dude. I think he kind of knows what he has to play.
Yeah.
And I think we more so saw that even when he was in the studio with us last week. So it was, I think it wasn't necessarily like they're best friends. So I think they know what they got to do. And
He also said that in the comment. I don't know if we have that one up there, but someone said something like, "Oh, yay, like 9mag back together, family." He's like, "It's not family. This looks more so like work."
Yeah.
Okay, Ryan.
They all posted the same photo. Charmaine, Van, and Phor all posted the same photo. Charmaine was showing love to the crew, and then we have Van also showing love, and Phor also showing love.
And then?
But Ryan decided to comment on Phor's photo because someone commented, that they're so happy to see 9mag and Loyal Ink together. And Ryan said, "Ain't no 9mag or family looks like work to me," which...
Damn. It was like you gave everybody hope.
Yeah.
And you just stole it from me. You're the real Grinch.
For me, Ryan is like when you're a little kid and your older sibling tells you Santa's not real. And then you catch your parents putting the presents under the tree. It's a damn
and then
shame.
Ryan came through.
With the petty, honey.
With the Diddy crop.
With the Diddy crop. I can't. He cropped out Van. And it was kind of hilarious. I'm not going to even front with you.
Yeah.
He did crop out Van. But then Van, right before we came in here, we saw a photo of Van decided to post a photo and crop himself out. It was a picture of him sitting in his car.
Oh, yeah, because he was sitting in his car.
And he cropped himself out. And I didn't get to read the caption.
Oh, so see, I thought that's how you guys sent the picture. Was it cropped
No, he cropped himself out. And I wasn't too sure of what was going on there, but
I'll just read his caption real quick. So he cropped himself out of his own photo. He said, "Somebody said I got cropped out of a pic, so I cropped out my roof. Oh, okay. Hashtag get money and leave me alone. Hashtag or not. Hashtag season 5. Go pick up this crew now. Hashtag Black Ink."
I love
Whole bunch
man.
of hashtags.
I pictured that whole thing, him yelling. It's him
Somebody
yelling.
said I got cropped out of pic.
So good. But that's our news and gossip this week. Shout out to Nakia for putting it together as always. So yeah. I can't with that impression. It's too much.
Oh my goodness. Okay, before we get out of here, let's go into some predictions for next week's episode.
And now, your AfterBuzz TV predictions.
The preview had me heated. I was annoyed. And this is why. Because I don't like Reese. And next week we see that they're having like a little team meeting about her stealing. And she says, "Let me tattoo you," to Cobra. And I know Cobra, the way Cobra was talking about her with her perfect boobs and all this, I know Cobra's trying to tap that. And I'm mad because I think that Reese is going to tattoo Cobra and they're going to have some weird sexual tension going on and they're going to bone. And I don't want Cobra to do that. Not because I'm jealous, Cobra, although you can slide in these DMs if you want to. But because I don't like Reese and I want her to go away.
Yeah.
And Cobra, if you start sleeping with her, that gives her a storyline.
True.
And she doesn't have a good one right now. So just let her go. Let her go. Let her go. Please. And I'll say that to her face.
Well, I think it's gonna get like super heated between Charmaine and Neek, and so their families are meeting. Well, Neek's mom and Charmaine's mom and dad, like they're all having like a little family dinner and all meeting together. But I think that it's actually gonna blow up and come between Charmaine and Neek. So the parents are both sides are like, wait, what are you guys doing? Living together. Now you're talking about babies, and
I'm interested to see at the African Black American family versus the Black American family, because been there, done that. It's stressful. So
I know those cultures are so different. Everybody just thinks we all the same, but the African culture and Black American culture is very different, and that's why I say I think it's going to cause a rift because Neek's mom is going to have some things to say, and Neek seems like he's probably a mama's boy, so he's about to take mommy's side over Charmaine's, and that's why like. Next week, we're going to see a little rift between the two of them.
Stressful, honey.
Well, hopefully we also just see some more of Don and Mr. Inferno.
Yes.
But until then, I am your girl, L.Marie. And you guys can find me on Instagram and on Twitter at L.Marie TV.
And I'm Drew Jones. You can follow me on all the things at OKDrewJ, or you can hit me up on okdrewj.com.
And we'll see you guys next week. Bye.
From executive producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.